Imagine this. Your car breaks down on a busy Monday morning, and the mechanic gives you a repair bill that equals half of your paycheck. Stressful, right? Now, picture another scenario. You lose your job unexpectedly and suddenly find yourself without a source of income. What would you do? Here is a surprising fact according to a recent survey. Nearly 60% of people do not have enough savings to cover even a $1,000 emergency. This means they are just one unexpected event away from financial chaos. But here is the good news. You can avoid being part of this statistic. Building an emergency fund is the key, and it is not as complicated as it might seem. In this video, we will walk you through every step of creating a safety net that will protect you when life throws the unexpected your way. Let us begin with the basics. What exactly is an emergency fund, and why is it so important? An emergency fund is a dedicated pool of money that you set aside specifically for unforeseen expenses, like medical bills, home repairs, or sudden job loss. It is not your vacation fund or the money you are saving for a new gadget. This fund has one purpose: to give you peace of mind during uncertain times. Why do you need an emergency fund? Emergencies can strike anyone, anytime, and without warning. They are part of life. When you have an emergency fund, you are not forced to rely on high-interest credit cards, loans, or friends and family to get by. Instead, you can handle the situation confidently and focus on solving the problem rather than worrying about finances. Think about this. Financial stress is one of the leading causes of anxiety. Knowing you have a safety cushion can help you sleep better at night, make better decisions, and even improve your relationships. If you are financially prepared, life's curveballs feel less daunting. How much should you save? A common recommendation is to have at least 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses in your emergency fund. For example, if your monthly expenses, including rent, groceries, transportation, and utilities add up to $2,500, you should aim for $7,500 to $15,000. If you are wondering, how on earth do I save that much? Do not worry. We will break it down step by step. For now, let us focus on starting small. Even $500 can make a huge difference in covering minor emergencies. The key is to start where you are and build consistently. Step-by-step breakdown of the process. Set a clear goal, decide how much you want to save based on your monthly expenses and risk tolerance. A single person may need less than a family with kids, and someone with stable employment might feel comfortable with a smaller fund than a freelancer or business owner. Create a budget. Before you can save, you need to know where your money is going. Track your income and expenses for a month to understand your spending habits. Use budgeting apps or a simple spreadsheet to categorize your expenses. Identify areas where you can cut back, such as dining out or subscription services you do not use often. Open a separate account. Your emergency fund should be kept in a separate, easily accessible account. This prevents you from accidentally spending it. A high-yield savings account is an excellent option because it earns interest while keeping your money safe. Automate your savings. Automation is your best friend. Set up a direct deposit or recurring transfer from your checking account to your emergency fund. This way, saving becomes a habit, and you are less tempted to skip it. Start small but stay consistent. Even if you can only save $20 a week, it adds up over time. Consistency is more important than the amount you save. As your financial situation improves, you can increase the amount. Avoid temptations to use your emergency fund is not for holiday shopping or impulsive purchases. Train yourself to touch this money only in genuine emergencies. Now that you know the basic steps, let us dive into some practical strategies and examples to make saving for an emergency fund easier and more achievable. Practical tip number 1. Cut unnecessary expenses. Take a close look at your spending. Do you really need that premium coffee every morning? Cutting out small recurring expenses can free up a surprising amount of money. For instance, skipping a $5 coffee 5 days a week saves you $100 a month. That is $1,200 a year. Practical tip number 2. Boost your income. If cutting expenses is not enough, consider finding ways to earn extra income. You can take on freelance work, start a side hustle, or sell unused items online. For example, selling old furniture or gadgets you no longer use could give you an immediate boost to kickstart your emergency fund. Practical tip number 3. Use windfalls wisely. Whenever you receive unexpected money like a tax refund, bonus, or gift, put a portion of it directly into your emergency fund. It is tempting to splurge, but remember, future you will thank you for being responsible. Example, meet Sarah. Sarah is a teacher who decided to build her emergency fund after a health scare left her with unexpected medical bills. She started by cutting back on dining out, canceling unused subscriptions, and selling old clothes online. She also began tutoring students on weekends to earn extra income. In just 10 months, Sarah saved $5,000, enough to cover 3 months of her living expenses. Here is something to think about. What happens if an emergency arises while you are still building your fund? Should you dip into your savings and start over, or are there better options? And here's another question. What if you feel like you cannot save because your budget is already stretched thin? Is it even possible to build an emergency fund on a tight income? These are challenges many people face, but there are solutions you might not have considered. Stay tuned, because we are about to tackle these questions head on. At this point, you might be thinking, okay, I understand the importance of an emergency fund, but how do I stay motivated to keep saving? Let us talk about strategies to keep you on track and encourage you to take action today. Step 1. Set milestones and celebrate small wins. Saving $10,000 might feel overwhelming, but breaking it into smaller goals makes it manageable. Start with $500, then aim for $1,000, and so on. Celebrate every milestone you achieve, even if it is something simple like treating yourself to a movie night at home. Step 2. Get an accountability partner. Share your goal with a friend or family member who can support and encourage you. You could even make it a friendly challenge to see who reaches their savings goal first. Step 3. Educate yourself. Knowledge is power. The more you understand about personal finance, the more motivated you will be to take control of your money. Watch videos, read books, or attend workshops to stay inspired. Step 4. Make it visual. Create a savings tracker that you can update regularly. Seeing your progress visually can be incredibly motivating. For example, use a chart or jar where you add coins or stickers as you save. Step 5. Share your progress. Share your journey on social media or with your close circle. Not only does this create accountability, but it also inspires others to start their own savings journey. We have covered a lot in this video, from understanding what an emergency fund is to practical steps and strategies for building one. Remember, the goal is not perfection, but progress. Start small, stay consistent, and keep your eyes on the bigger picture. Building an emergency fund is one of the most empowering financial moves you can make. It is a gift to yourself and your loved ones, a way to reduce stress, and a step toward financial independence. So, here's my final message to you. No matter where you are starting from, believe in your ability to take control of your finances. Life might throw challenges your way, but with an emergency fund, you will have the confidence and resources to face them head on. Remember, do not wait for the perfect moment to start. The perfect moment is now. Every dollar saved is a step closer to financial freedom and peace of mind.